You know that moment, right? You're making dinner plans and someone drops a word like vegetarian, vegan, or pescatarian, and you're kind of like, wait, which one is which again? Yeah, the lines can get pretty blurry. So today, we're going to clear all that up and map out exactly what each one means. Okay, so let's set the scene. Picture this. You're trying to make dinner plans with a friend. You throw out an idea for that awesome new steakhouse downtown, and they come back with, well, something you weren't quite expecting. And boom, there it is. That little correction. It's a perfect example of how it's not always as simple as just not eating meat. So that's the big question we're tackling today. What is the actual difference? Let's break it all down, starting with the one most of us are familiar with. All right, to really get a handle on all this, we need a starting point, a foundation. And that foundation, it's the vegetarian diet. Think of it as the baseline, the main trunk of the tree that all these other branches grow from. So what does it mean to be a vegetarian? Well, at its core, it's pretty straightforward. You just don't eat meat. Simple as that. No beef, no chicken, no pork. Now, fish can be a bit of a gray area for some, and we'll circle back to that for sure. But the main rule, the big one, is no meat. Okay, so what happens when you take that rule and turn it up a notch? Next up, we have veganism. And this is where things expand a lot. See, being vegan isn't just about what's on your plate. It's a whole lifestyle choice that looks at animal products across the board in every part of life. Okay, so here's the biggest difference. A vegetarian avoids meat, right? Well, a vegan diet takes that and goes a step further by cutting out all products that come from an animal. It's a huge shift from just don't eat the animal to don't use anything from the animal. And that means it goes way, way beyond food. We're talking about things like not wearing leather shoes or wool sweaters. Vegans get really good at reading labels because you'd be surprised where animal ingredients can hide in cosmetics, candy, you name it. And of course, when it comes to diet, that means no eggs, no dairy milk, and yep, even no honey. Okay, so we've got no meat and no animal products whatsoever. But I know what you're thinking, what about fish? Where does that fit in? Well, that brings us perfectly to our third category. This is where we meet the pescatarian. You can kind of think of it like being a vegetarian, but with one big exception. A pescatarian doesn't eat meat from land animals. So no chicken, no beef, but they do eat fish and other seafood. And just so we're all on the same page, when we say seafood, we mean the whole shebang. It's not just fish. It's shrimp, lobster, clams, oysters, even octopus. Basically, the rule of thumb is if it lives in the water, it's on the table for a pescatarian. Okay, let's pull this all together and look at it side by side. It makes it super clear. See that meat column? Every single one has a no. That's the common ground. But the differences, they really jump out when you look at the other columns. Only pescatarians get a yes for fish. And check out the vegans. They're the only ones with a hard no all the way across the board for eggs and dairy. It's a really handy way to remember the big rules. So we've got the definitions down pat. But what's it actually like to live this way? Let's talk about the day-to-day reality of following one of these diets. So the big question is it tough? And, for a lot of people, especially when they first start out, the answer is, yeah, it can be. It's a real challenge trying to navigate a world that's, for the most part, still set up for traditional meat eaters. And those challenges are no joke. I mean, just finding a restaurant that works for the whole group can be an ordeal. You basically have to become a label-reading detective hunting for hidden animal ingredients. And of course, there's that real valid concern. Am I getting all the nutrients my body actually needs? But here's the good news, and it's really good news. That whole reality, it's changing. It's definitely getting easier. As more and more people choose these diets, the rest of the world is starting to catch up. And the key thing to realize is that this isn't some small niche thing anymore. It's getting pretty mainstream. And as these diets get more popular, the market is responding in a big way. You see restaurants with entire vegan menus now. Supermarkets have huge plant-based sections. It's just so much easier to find stuff that's clearly labeled and good to go. The challenges haven't disappeared completely, but man, they're getting smaller every day. And that really leaves us with something to think about, doesn't it? Choosing what goes on our plate is, well, it's a really complex thing. It's a personal journey, right? It's about balancing our personal ethics, our health needs, and just what we value in life. And at the end of the day, there's no single right answer for everyone. There's only the answer that's right for you.